When it comes to ARK, there are many rat holes that get added with new updates, which is why I proudly present top 3 new unseen rat holes with full base designs on ARK Survival Ascended. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 71.6 latitude and 43.4 longitude. Then here it is on the map. Now this one can be found on the center as well as the other two, only just because that last list really only had the center as good base spots. So I just went ahead and just only did the center, but technically it's a sequel to the last video, so it's technically just on ARK. Anyways, here's your entrance onto this rat hole. As you can see here, it opens up into this like kind of medium-sized room. Now on video it does look quite small, but those coral pieces, like there's some small ones and then there's some really large pieces. So yeah, the big coral makes this area look very tiny. It is much bigger than you think. Yeah, it goes pretty high up in here. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. So you do have a ton of room to work with in here. So you can build up here. I think we're going to be building our main base up in here and then just kind of using the bottom portion as like a turret defense. Now here is the full base design. So as you can see on the exterior, I decided to not put anything outside just to make sure that this is insanely hidden, as that entrance is just extremely tiny and you literally cannot see this. Now upon entering, as you can see here are the turret size comparisons to the actual entrance. Just to show you guys, it is pretty much impossible to really get in there. And then here is your opening. I went ahead and just did spam turrets everywhere. It's just the best design for this area. Can't really put like turret towers or like a turret wall in here. Only thing that really works is just spam turrets. Now I went ahead and put the full base up there, which you'll see here in a second. But yeah, these turrets, it is 100 turrets exactly based off of that 100 turret limit, of course. And then here is the main base. Now the entrance is just kind of like a porthole open that you can just open and close that pretty easily. So I mean, it's up to you if you want to keep that or not. But upon entering, you have an entire wall of refrigerators as well as a staircase that goes up to your second layer. Then you have your cryo fridge wall kind of thing in the middle, as well as your 2 forges over here, and then some vaults and a couple deady storages just for like metal, metal, charcoal, all that good stuff. Over there in the middle, you got your transmitter, chem bench, fabricators, nice little deady wall, your 2 replicators over there in the corner, some beds, a couple more deady storages, indie grinder, a full vault wall right here as well. And all this stuff is in here while it's still being pretty comfortable to actually walk around with a decent sized tribe. Now coming upstairs, you don't have too much up here other than just your full like raising area as well as a tech teleporter. Overall, it is a decent layout and in my opinion, it's pretty well for this cave. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 51.0 latitude and 14.1 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Again, this one can be found over on the center, and this can be found pretty close to Ice Palace, which is like underneath the center. It's kind of like that little hidden underworld in the back of the center. Anyways, here's your little false entrance over there, and then here is your actual main entrance. It is insanely tiny. You can literally barely fit a player in there, like barely. So you don't have to worry about people bringing PTs, snow owls, anything, crazy like that into here. But it does open up into this pretty relatively decently sized room right here. But when you keep going up, here is your main area. As you can see, so you got 2 different rooms. That first little tiny room, and then here's your big room. Now you have plenty of room to add just tons of stuff in here. You can fit 4 cliff platforms easily just right here in that bottom portion. So I'm sure that's probably what I'm going to do. And then it just kind of goes up pretty high, but it like narrows out. So it is going to be a little bit tricky up here. I don't think I'm going to mess with this too much up here. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a pretty interesting build, I'll just say that. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Now here is the full base design. As you can see, I decided to kind of build out on the exterior just to kind of give like a different point of view of a rat hole. Now this rat hole has just a massive cliff platform chandelier. It's actually 2 technically, so if one drops, it still has the support of the other one. Has a nice little force field right here, which you can of course cover the entire area of. And here is your main entrance right here. So I went ahead and put every single turret on that little platform out front. Yes, I know it's gonna be a little bit of hate in the comments for that, but it's just that's the only way to really defend that thing. It's just so big. And but yeah, here's your first area. Now this area is kind of like a backup area. I just went ahead and put a teleporter and your like vaults and a couple things in there, just because you can't really fit all that in here. Now you have a small little deady floor. Got your tech rep right there, some fabricators, chem benches, 2 smithies. Got 1 forge over there. I wasn't able to fit a second forge in here, unfortunately, so you might have to build a second layer for that. You got your transmitter, your cookers, all that good stuff. Nice little vault wall over here, as well as 2 cryo walls. And of course, here is your stairway leading up to your second layer. Now, as you can see right here, you got another little vault wall. This is more of like a little bit of like a raising area. If you want to put your second forge up here, you absolutely can, as well as a makeshift mega lab right there. but it's, as you can see up here, it does get a little bit tight, so I'm just going to go ahead and just use this for some dino storage. But yeah, coming at number 1, this can be found at 16.7 latitude and 48.5 longitude. Then here it is on the map. Now this can be found over here on Lava Island, really close to these little lava pool things. There's like 2 of them right there. But yeah, here's your entrance right here. It is extremely hidden, and as you can see, it's very small, but it is a little bit bigger than the last 2, as you actually are able to fit some dinos in here. Like a PT could maybe get in here, but if this thing's filled up with turrets, can't get far. Now a big downside with this spot is that it does go down, so defending it is a little bit tricky, at least just right in here. I will say that. I'm honestly not too sure how to truly defend this other than just spam turrets. It's the only way that you can really defend this little area. Now down in here, it does open up into a much bigger rat hole, and that is where it's going to be very strong. As there's no cave damage in here, it's going to be pretty difficult to defend some kind of turret wall or just tons of spam turrets right in here. It's extremely flat, so yeah, it's going to be an absolute pain. So this is your strong point in here. As long as you can build a decent defense right here, people are definitely going to struggle to get into your base. But yeah, over here in this corner, just kind of keep it opens up a little bit more. Just be careful because there is a lava layer right above this little like pillar issue, how it like just stops. There is technically lava at the ceiling right there, so just be careful of that. Now here is the full base design. So I used all 100 turrets underneath, which means you can't really have any turrets up above, so I just went ahead and put some spam turrets. That's totally up to you if you really want to do that or not. Now down in here, it's just absolute spam everywhere. It's the best way to defend this area. So it's going to be a struggle for players to get down in here, yes, but it still is very possible for them to just get down here. It still is a bit of a pain, but if a player doesn't know how to travel their way into this actual like rat hole, they're going to get stuck in a lot of these little areas because it is a little bit tricky, and actually I still get lost just trying to get in and out of this thing. But yeah, as you can see here, here's your main section. I went ahead and put some just double walls right here, not double walls, the double door frames, just kind of stop any dinos that might get thrown out right there, as well as there is another one right here and tons of spam turrets. And I actually decided to go ahead and do a nice little turret wall in here. It's nothing too crazy, it's just to kind of stop dinos from walking up. So yeah, bear traps, tons of these double door layouts. It will stop dinos from even getting really close to your main base. But yeah, here's your big layout right here. So you have a giant deady floor, as well as you got your, that's the new forge, I forget the name of them. You got your replicators, as well as a pretty big area for crafting for chem benches, fabricators, transmitter, a full cryo floor. Kind of fits, it looks a little weird looking, but there's just some terrain issues there. But yeah, here's your vault layer right here. You got 2 nice little vault walls on the side of that, as well as going up to your second layer. This is a full like hatchery area again, and just for anything else that you might need in here. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.